And now, in cooperation with the Momus Alexander Morgus Institute of Science, we take you downtown above the old city ice house for Morgus Presents.
Look at that. Oh, look at it moving over to the eye. Eye. Yes. yes. Gee, that's... Oh, look, Missy. Well, good evening, friends of science, those of the higher order, and especially you professors of apparitionology. A little word I coined here, the study of ghosts. Yes, my friends, I'm in constant receipt of letters asking me to prove or disprove the existence of ghosts. Now, of course, most scientists wouldn't touch this subject with a 10-foot tombstone. However, they secretly write to me, Morgus, under assumed names, challenging me to explore the subject. I got an example. In fact, I have a letter I got this week. It says, "Dear Dr. Morgus, you seem to get by experimenting with the established forces of nature. But what have you ever done with the supernatural? Have you lost your spirit?" Signed, Juan Valdez. Oh, come on now. You know Juan Valdez didn't write this letter, friends. The Juan Valdez I know grows bananas. Well, I'll tell you this much. That bug brain that wrote this letter is going to go bananas when he sees what's coming here tonight on your television screen. Give us just one moment to scare up your notebook, so hurry up. We'll be right back. All right, that's enough.
Good evening, Evans. Evening, sir. Dinner is served, Mr. Kessler. Thank you. Good evening, my dear. You're more beautiful than ever this evening. Mrs. Kessler first, Evans. Oh, yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Evans, how's Dad taking it?
All right, Miss Virginia. They're having dinner.
I'll answer it.
Hello, Virginia.
I told you not to come here this evening, Ralph.
Why? Didn't you want to see me?
Well, it isn't that I didn't want to see you.
You're certainly acting strange, darling. What's all the mystery about?
Let's go into the library. You see, Ralph, well, Ralph!
After dinner, we are taking a long walk.
I'd like to speak to you, Ralph.
What's come over your father, Virginia? Is that why you didn't want me here tonight?
Yes.
It stopped me cold. I'm sorry if I accidentally stumbled on something you didn't want me to know.
Well, it must seem weird to someone who's never seen it before. It happens once a year.
You always appeared perfectly rational to me.
Well, there's something I must tell you. It's about my mother.
I don't understand.
Well, it happened several years ago. My father and mother were apparently as happy as two people could be. He worshipped her.
Another man.
The usual best friend. It almost broke my father's heart. He seems reconciled, but he never forgets their wedding anniversary and celebrates it that way.
Guess he isn't the only one who resorts to make-believe, but it does give one an uncanny feeling.
It doesn't frighten me anymore. Now that you know.
I love you.
You wanted your coat, Miss Kessler.
Oh, yes, thank you. I was going to take a drive. It's such a beautiful night. Come along?
Yes, of course.
Sure you don't mind going?
No, I'd love it.
We'll be back in an hour, Cecile.
Yes, miss. That's a nice young man of Miss Virginia's.
I guess so. If he wasn't, Miss Virginia wouldn't bother with him.
Does she plan to marry him?
I never discuss things aren't my business. If you want to stay here, I suggest you don't be so curious.
Well, just the same, I think this is a crazy house. And what about those murders? Jules here says there's been a lot of them. And nobody's ever been able to find out who did the killings.
You talk too much, Jules.
But I only said that...
Excuse me, Mr. Seal. Come, I'll show you where we keep our linens.
Kessler. Oh, Mrs. Kessler, I brought you your dinner. Oh, please, Mrs. Kessler, I gotta go home.
Home? I want to go home, too.
Oh, but you are home. And as soon as you feel better, I'm going to take you to your husband and daughter.
But they never write to me.
Oh, but they don't know where you are, Mrs. Kessler. Nobody knows that but me. You see, I found
I'm
you...
running away. We're running away in a car. We're going faster, faster, faster. We're gonna crash. We're gonna crash. I can't go home now. Can I?
Mrs. Kessler, please. Please eat your dinner. I've got to go home. I'll be back in the morning. Good night, Mrs. Kessler. Good night.
again, Jules.
I'm sorry, Mama, but I just couldn't get away from her.
Jules, why don't you tell Mr. Kessler about his wife, that you're hiding her?
Oh, I haven't got the heart, Mama. It would kill him if he saw her the way she is.
Poor thing. She'd be better off if she died with that man when that car was wrecked.
I guess so.
Jules, I've been thinking, maybe she had something to do with all these horrible murders.
Oh, she wouldn't hurt nobody. She's like a child. She's still dazed from the accident, you know, amnesia. But she'll be better soon. Then I'll take her home. But if they found out I'd been hiding her, they might think I had something to do with the murder.
Jules, you must tell Mr. Kessler.
Oh, no, Mama. We must never tell anyone. Never.
Okay, I think they've got the cameras on. All right, students, I want you to write down the definition of the word supernatural. Here it is, supernatural. I want you to write this down in your notebooks. Existing outside the normal experience of life. That's what supernatural means, outside the normal existence. Are ghosts supernatural? Wrong, professors. They are not outside the forces of nature. If ghosts can be seen, which they have, and if they can be heard, which they have, and if ghosts can move objects, which they have, they are in our physical world. And if they exist in our physical world, then we can study them. I think I may have blown Halloween for some of you out there. But now, the big question. Through what means can we study them? Well, it just so happens that someone here in our laboratory is going to volunteer in this experiment. Some courageous individual is going to donate his body in order that we may get an insight into these apparitions. You see, my friends, in order to study ghosts, one must become a ghost. Now, to become a ghost, you must allow the spirit to leave your body. The heat must be released to allow the spirit to release. In other words, one must die. Now, I don't want to frighten you, but... Oh, wait a minute. This guy, Chopsley, he's afraid. He can't do this on television. Get out of there. You're making me look foolish. Get up, Chopsley. Out. Look busy. Fix this thing up. Clean out the inside. Do something quickly. I don't want to frighten you, friends, but things are going to get a little spooky around here tonight. As you can see, we have a casket ready for occupancy here. There's going to be a wake held right here on television. That's right. You're going to learn the answers to things you were too frightened to ask about in your lifetime. And of course, when you experiment with such matters, no one, even I, can predict what surprises might take place here. In fact, I have a little surprise for some of you parapsychologists out there. This little electronic marvel is the Morgusatronic interdimensional spectrum receiver. Take a look. Oh boy. For you laymen, it's appropriately called a ghost caller. That's right, a ghost caller. I know that must shake you up. You see, my friends, part of the spirit world functions in a different dimension from our physical world. It happens to be the 6th dimension, and this device penetrates that dimension and attracts them. I even have a way that will enable you to see into that dimension tonight. So stand by for the unexpected. Oh yes, expecting, yeah. The station has promised to kind of scare up a little entertainment for us, so let's let them roll it on down there, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Sure you won't come in?
No, thanks, darling. I think I better run along.
Good night, Ralph.
Oh, Virginia, shall I put your car away?
No, thanks. Evans will take care of it.
All right. Night.
Good evening, Miss Virginia.
Will you please put my car in the garage when you have a moment?
Yes, miss.
Hello, Casanova.
Have you gone crazy?
The only chance I had to see you. You ignored my letters and my telephone calls. Did you think that you could get rid of me as easy as all that?
Be quiet. They'll hear you.
You bet they will. And you're going to listen to me, too. I'm not giving up to that Kessler girl or anybody else.
But this is different, Cecile. I never said I loved you.
Are you in love with her?
Yes.
Well, you're not marrying her, understand?
Nothing's going to stand in the way of my happiness. Not even you.
Don't threaten me. She'll have to know about us sooner or later. And besides, I'll make you a good wife, Ralph. I promise I will.
Guess what?
What?
I'm in love.
Ralph?
Yes, Dad.
He's a fine boy. I am so happy for you, my dear.
Oh, he hasn't asked me to marry him yet, but he will. I know he will. Good night, my pet.
Well, that's it.
Good night, Evans.
Good night, Miss Virginia. Can I do anything for you, sir, before I retire?
What happened to your hand, Evans?
Oh, nothing, sir. I heard it when I was putting Miss Virginia's car in the garage.
Put anything on it?
Oh, the bandage.
Oh, you may have an infection. How's that?
Just like new, sir.
I guess I'll eat for a while. Good night, Evans.
Good night, sir.
Oh, yes, Evans. Thank you for the dinner.
Yes, sir.
I'm afraid to come home. You'd kill me. You'd kill anybody.
Any dust gets in there, it could interfere with the reception. Oh, there they are. Well, friends, we're ready to turn on the Morgusatronic interdimensional spectrum receiver, the ghost caller. You saw that table go up a while ago. I know some of you think it's some kind of a cheap parlor trick. Well, you haven't seen anything, my friends. You're looking at electronics here in the highest order. As a matter of fact, we're going to be turning it on, and when we do, it's sending out waves, and it's bringing in, by reverse polarity, it's bringing in the sixth-dimensional world. The spiritual world is being attracted here, just like, well, it's almost like a bug light, as a matter of fact. And we do have a little problem. Shops, be sure to keep all the windows closed. We do have a little problem with bugs coming in. But, in fact, I better turn it off. Maybe my buggy landlady might come in here, too, if I'm not careful. But anyway, I want to show you how you are going to be able to see into the sixth dimension. You got it ready, Chopsley? Oh, okay. Very good. This is a polariscope. Polariscope looks like an ordinary glass, but you know how when you go to the 3D movie, you can look behind a certain type of a glass and you see 3 dimensions? Well, I'm going to be able to put this right over the lens of the camera, and then you'll be able to see the ghost world, you see. You couldn't see it with your naked eye. You need a special polariscope. As a matter of fact, I'm going to... Oh, somebody's at the door. Always interruptions at the wrong time. Yes, what is it?
Come on in, folks. This is it.
This is what?
The laboratory of the famous Dr. Momus Alexander Morgus. Can you believe that this actually exists on top of the old city ice house, huh? You know, this man is actually self-sustaining. No grants, no aid, nothing like that. Just a few anonymous donations.
Who are you people? Who are you people?
He has an assistant that goes out at night and collects a few things behind institutions and hospitals and all.
What is this, a tour of some sort?
Let me show you this. This is something special. Half, whatever it is, but it's a skull and brain left over from his former assistant, hooked into a supercomputer, and it has calculations beyond comprehension.
Listen,
nothing in modern science.
What's going on here? Look, you're interrupting an experiment here, fella. I've got to know who you people are.
Hey, come on over here. Look at these things. Automatic cameras, they come on and they actually show his experiments. This guy has quite a following.
That's right, that's
incredible,
right.
Incredible.
And you're interrupting something, right?
Something over here. Look at this. A secret room. We're not supposed to go in there. You need some kind of special equipment or something. Rumor has it that there are patients of his that are still maybe recuperating or something back there. You're not even supposed to peep in there unless you, oh, I don't know what it takes, but you don't want to mess with that. Look, I'll show you something really special, which you came to see. Across the hall over there is a workshop where he actually builds his experiments. Come on, I'll show you. Right over this way.
No, no, no. Nobody gets out of here till I find out what this is all about, my friend. Nobody. This door stays closed, my friends. What is this? Good heavens. They were ghosts. You could see them. That's called spontaneous manifestation. That's when you can see them, but they're really not there. Chopsley. Oh, the interdimensional receiver did this, Chopsley. You see, we turned it on just for a little while, but that was enough to bring them in. They must have been nearby. That's why they looked in a solid state. You got the glass? Oh, boy. Now you're really going to see something. This is no ordinary piece of glass, my friends. It's a spectral polariscopic piece of lens. Just like those 3D glasses you wear when you go to the movies to see another dimension. Wait till you see what this brings in. I'm going to put it right on top of the camera lens up there. Okay, right there. Okay, now, Chopsley, give me that thing. Don't look through there. You can't see anything. Now, I'm going to see the same thing you see. As a matter of fact, we're going to turn this on right now. Okay. All right, my friends. Now, I want you to pay very close attention. We're going to be bringing them in. You look around, Chopsley. Oh, I'm going to find something right away. Oh, I already see something. Well, whatever it was, it faded out. Oh, I know we'll find something. I know this will work. I just know it will work. Just keep looking with me, Chops. No, you can't see anything. Wait a minute. Oh, I see something. I see something. Oh, yes. Can you see that? Can you see what I see? We've got it. The fluoroscopic lenses are working. Live on television for the first time. You have to admit, nothing like this has ever been shown on television. And of course, this is just the beginning.
Stay tuned for more from Morgus the Magnificent.
Exercise number 1. Stand erect. Arms at the side. At the count of 1, close hands.
Cecile!
The fists on the chest. At the count of 2, push arms straight from the head. At the count of 3, lower arms sideways.
If it's exercise you want, there's plenty of it in the kitchen.
At the count of 4, lower the arms to standing position.
Cecile!
Stand straight. Arms at side. Ready. Begin. 1, up, down. 1, up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, up, down. 1, 2.
Mr. Kessler. Yes? Something terrible has happened. I tried to wake the new maid. I think she's dead. Dead? How did it happen? I don't know, sir. I thought she was taking her exercises. Call the police. I'll see what I can do. Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Kessler, we're up to our ears in another one. The girl was killed the same way as the chauffeur 6 months ago. The only thing we could find was this note left by some fellow who wanted to give her the air.
It's terrible, Lieutenant. She was so young.
If we could find out who killed Cecile, we have the one who committed all the other murders.
That's easier said than done. There's never been fingerprints, to say nothing of motives. What gets me, Mr. Kessler, is why you refuse to move out of this place.
Sentimental reasons.
There's nothing very sentimental about a house where anything could happen and usually does.
My mother lived here, Lieutenant.
Oh, I see. You're the gardener?
Yes, but I wasn't here. I went home early. You see, I live with my wife.
All right. And please don't try to see me. Signed Ralph.
Ralph?
You know him?
Oh, I'm certain I don't. Well, the name startled me. I'm practically engaged to a Ralph.
Did you notice anything unusual last night, Evans?
Well, maybe I better not say.
Let's have it, Evans.
When I was putting the roaster in the garage, I saw Cecile talk to Mr. Dixon. That's Miss Virginia's Ralph.
Go on.
I didn't mean to listen, but they were talking loud. Then I heard him say that he never loved her. And she said she wasn't going to let him marry anyone else. And that made him real mad. And said nothing was going to stand between him and his happiness. Not even her.
I knew Cecile a couple of years. She offered me the companionship I needed. Then I met you and fell in love for the first time.
I love you too, Ralph.
Surely you can account for your activities from the time you left our house until the next morning.
No, Mr. Kessler. I had a lot to think about. I took a long ride into the country, didn't stop anywhere, and didn't see a soul I knew.
It's most unfortunate.
All I know is that I didn't kill her.
There isn't any doubt about that in our minds. Don't worry, son. We do everything we possibly can.
Order. Order in the courtroom. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes, I managed the apartments where Ralph Dixon lived. Miss Mannix came there often. As a matter of fact, I thought they were married.
I went home early and helped my wife with the house cleaning.
The coroner's testimony should convince you that the defendant had sufficient reason for wanting to be rid of the victim.
It's the truth. Said he would let nothing stand in the way of his happiness. Not even her.
We're doing everything we possibly can. Tomorrow we're going to see the governor, and I'm sure something can be done.
But, Governor, the man is innocent. If you would only grant a stay of execution.
If you knew him, you'd realize he couldn't possibly be a murderer.
I'm sorry. I've gone over the facts in the case, and unless you can present some new evidence, there's nothing I can do.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over.
Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Yes? I see. It's all over.
My name is Dixon.
Yes. Of course.
I'd like to see Mr. Kessler.
He's in there.
I hope I'm not intruding.
Oh, Ralph.
It can't be. Apparently my brother never told you about me. Come in. I've been in South America. I flew here at once. However, I'm afraid it's too late to do any good.
So you're Ralph's brother? Oh, you about you, but I never expected such a striking resemblance.
Sorry to have startled you.
This is my daughter, Virginia.
How do you do?
Won't you join us?
I've had my dinner, thanks, but I would like to talk to you.
Do I look pale?
No.
Huh? I feel pale.
The buzz, Evans. What's the matter, you thief?
Did he have a good attorney?
Oh, one of the very best. He's handled all of Dad's legal affairs for years.
Evans, Mr. Dixon will have coffee with us.
Oh, I'm Ralph Dixon's brother.
Well, you sure had me going for a minute. But you do look like poor Mr. Ralph.
Coffee.
Yes.
I realize how incriminating circumstantial evidence can be, but it's never brought home to me like this before.
We did everything we possibly could. You know, the Ralph and my daughter were quite serious about each other.
Yes, he told me in his last letter.
Sit down. How long do you plan to stay in this country?
Haven't decided yet, Mr. Kessler, but I would like to find out who killed that girl.
It's something I would like to know, too. Please consider this your home while you're here. If there's anything I can do, don't hesitate.
Oh, thank you.
I see that your room is put in order.
Sure I'm not troubling you?
No, not at all. Entertain Paul till I come back. Paul!
Yes?
I'll show you to your room.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I almost forgot. I must see Evans about breakfast.
Oh, good night, Virginia.
Good night, Paul. Good night, Dad.
Come in. I hope you'll be comfortable. I sent for your luggage in the morning.
It's awfully nice of you, Mr. Kessler. Really, I hope
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, sir. Well, I guess I'll turn in. I haven't had much sleep the last couple of nights.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Chopsley. Oh, there they are. I've been waiting for you. Remember I told you earlier somebody in this laboratory was going to die? Well, it's not going to be you, Chopsley. It's going to be me. That's right, friends. I hope you have your VCRs rolling. Thanks to the wonders of chemistry, not only am I going to die, but I'm going to be able to come back to life. You see, I'm going to be declared clinically dead, but I won't be medically dead, if you know what I mean. I happen to have a friend of mine by the name of Dr. Rufus Bottomley. You haven't met him, but you will later tonight. He and I have a pact together that if one or the other dies, the other will come and sign the death certificate. Well, I'm not going to tell him what I'm doing because I don't want him to know about my experiment. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to disguise my voice so he won't recognize me. I'm going to pretend to be one of my neighbors or somebody like that. Get him over here. And once he's here and signs the death certificate... Hello, is this Dr. Bottomley? This is an old friend of Dr. Morgus, your friend. Oh, I've got some bad news, Doctor. Your friend, Dr. Morgus, just passed away. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. No, it's true. Yeah. Oh, he was a brilliant fellow, wasn't he? Well, he said just before he died, he says, please call Bottomley and have him come over and sign the death certificate and take care of the arrangements you agreed on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, we'll be waiting for you. Oh, poor fellow. Well, I hate to do that. Let's get the injection ready, Chopsley. Quickly, we're going to Now, I'm going to quickly remind you that I have a little chemical here that's going to do it all. Now, Chopper, you know how this works. This chemistry right here is what it's all about. This is called freon chloris eptofamaldehydrine. A little chemical of molecular preservation, my friends. It'll preserve the body for about 1 hour. Now, Chopsy, you know how to do this. You just put the little needle in there, push the air out like that, and let's just bring it in. All right. Just get about 4 or 5 cc's in there, and let's shoot it right where I told you, right there in the neck, all right? And I'll hold it, right? You feel the gland? All right, go ahead, push it. Oh, okay, go ahead, shoot. There, you got it. Okay, that's all right, good, that's very good. Now, here's what you to do. This is going to, in about 3 or 4 minutes, I'm going to just go out like that, okay? Just about when they're ready to close the casket, after the ceremonies and the press takes pictures and all of that, when they're just about ready to close the casket, you stop everything and you give me the injection with the blue solution in this side of the neck, okay? And then I'll be able to pop up and surprise the whole nation. All right, let's put this out of the way so you can't mess up. All right, this will be right here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I forgot, speaking of the press, I forgot to call Wiley. I got to call my agent. My business manager. Oh, gosh, I forgot about that. Starting to take effect. Yes, hello, Wiley. Look, there's an emergency. You've got to get over here right away. I don't have time to explain too much. But listen, Wiley, Dr. Bottomley is coming over here to sign my death certificate. I know. But you see, no, I'm going to die right now. Well, look, I can't explain very... I can't... Hurry, Chopsley. Get me in there right away. Get me in there. Pull me, Chops. Hurry. Help me. Hurry. I'm not gonna... Wait there, friends. Everything will be okay. You'll see. I'll come right out of my body once I fade away.
Hello, operator. Give me the police department. No. The body has not been touched. Yes. All right.
Good morning, Evans.
Good morning, Mr. Kessler.
What's the matter?
The gardener, sir.
What?
He's been murdered.
Murdered?
Strangled. Well, here we go again. How long do you work for you?
Oh, about 3 years, I guess.
Ever say anything to you about having any enemies?
No, sir.
Were you home last night?
Yes, Lieutenant.
To your knowledge, did anybody come in or go out of the house during the course of the evening?
We have a house guest.
Why isn't he here?
I'll get him.
Oh, don't trouble yourself, Mr. Kessler. Where is he?
He's upstairs in his bedroom.
Let's have a look at him, Ryan. Good morning.
You're wanted in the kitchen.
In the kitchen?
Yeah.
Am I seeing things?
He's Ralph's brother.
Why, he's the image of him. How did this happen? That's what we'd like to find out.
He was strangled, Paul. Would you mind if we go into the library?
No, that's all right. Better wait here for the coroner, Ryan. Not you, Evans.
Hey, where were you on the night of January the 13th? Have you had your coffee yet? No.
Well, I guess that's that. No clues, no fingerprints, no motive, nothing.
But surely if a man was choked to death, there would be imprints on his throat.
There weren't any on the Mannix girl.
Then they were killed the same way, is that right?
That doesn't prove a thing, Dixon. All the others got it, and always the same way.
The coroner's here.
Okay. We'll be right back.
What does he mean by the others?
Just that. Others have been killed here.
Why in the world do you stay in this place?
We can't leave.
Oh, Evans.
Your luggage, sir. I'll put them in your room.
What about these other murders?
I'll put your luggage in your room, sir.
Oh, Lieutenant.
Yeah?
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Well, there'll be a change anyhow. What's bothering you?
As a rule, I'm not a very curious person, but,
I was beginning to get you, huh?
in a way, yes. What about these other murders?
Well, there's been quite a lot of them, Dixon. Some of the best brains in the department have tried to solve them. But we always run up against a stone wall.
Weren't the other murders brought out in my brother's trial?
That was different. That was a cut-and-dried case.
Why haven't the police closed the house?
Oh, he tried to, but Mr. Kessler took it to court. Carries a lot of weight around here. Does a lot of good, too.
You think he'd want to leave?
I guess he's waiting for his wife to come back. She left him several years ago. An awful scandal at the time. Front-page stuff and all that.
Poor devil. He didn't have a chance.
Well, I guess I'll be running along. Glad I met you, Dixon.
Good day, Lieutenant. Well, this isn't a very pleasant way to entertain a guest.
You know, Mr. Kessler, I have a feeling that somehow or other these mysterious murders are going to be cleared up, and quickly, too.
Nothing would please me more.
Oh, your wife?
Yes.
She's beautiful.
I rarely talk about her, but I think about her constantly.
She has eyes like Virginia.
Her hair, her skin, they were the loveliest I've ever seen. I hope you have the pleasure of meeting her. She'll be back someday.
Hello there.
Paul was admiring your mother's picture.
Father's a sentimentalist.
He has every right to be.
I'll get it. Hello? Yes? Just a moment, please. It's for you, Dad.
Thank you. Yes? Yes, I guess I can. Yes. Oh, in about 20 minutes, I'd say. Surely. Goodbye. I'll see you children later. Business. Sorry. That's the only information I can give you, Mr. Kirby. Have you notified his wife?
Yes, Mr. Kessler. Poor thing, she took it quite hard.
It's terrible.
Oh.
I want to see the coroner.
Yes?
And Jules' wife. Where are they taking?
In there, Mrs. Mason.
If you please, sir. May I have one moment alone with him? I won't ever see him again.
Well, yes, I guess so.
Thank you,
Mrs. Mason. Mrs. Mason. You'd better take her out, Mr. Kirby.
He's alive.
What?
He's alive. I saw him move.
I'll get the hospital. You'll be all right, Mrs. Mason. Steady now.
Get him out of here. He's not dead.
The doctor will be here any minute.
Jules.
Please, Mrs. Mason. Jules, listen to me. Did you recognize the man who tried to kill you? It was ghastly. I don't believe I was ever more startled in my life than when Mrs. Mason screamed.
It must have been a terrific shock to see him come back to life.
Yes, it was. Just a few moments longer, and I would have known who the assailant was.
I don't like to bring up the subject, Mr. Kessler, but these murders, did they ever happen in the daytime?
No, I don't believe so.
I see.
You evidently have some reason for asking.
Not particularly. I was just curious about that one point.
Yes, sorry dinner is late tonight, sir. But the new cook is having quite a time getting started.
That's all right.
Evans been with you long?
Over 7 years.
Everything's gone wrong today. Now I burned the roast.
Oh, don't get so flustered. You'll be all right.
I was so anxious to make good, I want to stay. Where's that mixing spoon?
Here it is. Right in front of you.
Thanks. I like it here. It's nice. Everything's so quiet and peaceful, like.
Ever read the newspapers?
No, they're just full of trash and murders and stuff.
What you don't know, well, it's all right. Here's your pepper salt.
Thanks.
Well, Paul, I'm afraid you have me cornered.
You still have a couple of moves, Mr. Kessler.
You've met your equal, Dad.
Oh, your father just got himself into a bad position.
You're going to be a storm. It's your game, Paul.
Want to play another?
No, thank you. Not tonight. It's getting late.
Pardon me, sir.
Yes?
May I speak to you a moment, please?
Oh, yes, certainly.
The cook wants to leave. I thought you should know.
Why? She just came.
She feels as if her work is unsatisfactory. She had so much trouble with dinner tonight.
Why, that's ridiculous. Oh, I understand. It's her first day. I'll speak to her.
I'll say good night, Mr. Kessler. Think I'll turn in. Thanks for the game.
Good night, Paul.
Good night, Dad.
Good night, Charlie.
I'll walk up with you, Paul.
Oh, glad to have your company. It's a long, lonesome climb up those stairs all alone.
Where are you going, Marie? You can't leave us after cooking such an elegant dinner.
Did you really like it, Mr. Kessler?
Why, I never tasted anything to equal that roast beef. Besides, you can't go now. It's going to rain in a minute.
Are you sure you want me to stay?
Oh, certainly, Marie.
Well, I like it here, but I thought...
Oh, then it is settled.
Oh, wait till you taste my apple pie, Mr. Kessler.
Apple pie?
Mm-hmm.
My, that will be a treat.
Oh, let me take this. You might as well unpack your things,
Yes,
Marie.
sure. Thank you, sir.
Not at all, Marie. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Kessler. Oh, he's a wonderful man.
Now, let's see. What did I do wrong?
Mr. Kessler? Mr. Kessler, are you ill?
What?
Something wrong?
Hello, Paul.
I must have walked in my sleep.
Well, you did better than I. I couldn't sleep at all.
It's raining. Why don't you go to bed, Paul? I'm all right.
Is there anything I can do?
Nothing, Paul. Thank you. I think I'll read for a while. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Kessler.
Oh, I'm already feeling lighter. I feel like I'm floating on air. Oh, my body is rising. Good heavens, what a funny feeling. Oh, there I am. I can't believe it. I'm an ectoplasm. I'm a real spirit, folks. You've seen it live on television. This is truly amazing. I'm an ectoplasm, a pure ectoplasm. Look, go ahead. You down at the station. Roll it on back. But the rest of you don't leave. In about 10 minutes, you're going to see something you never believed possible.
Nobody's going to believe this. Oh, there you are. I've been waiting for you. Oh, I know this is hard to believe. Me as a ghost, but it's true. Thanks to this special audio-visual lens I put on the cameras, you see. You can actually see me and hear me. Of course, Chopsley and Eric can't. But I tell you, it feels wonderful. I'm floating around, and you feel no pain, no hunger pains. By the way, my agent, Wiley Fay, is coming up here. He's going to handle the funeral arrangements. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's going to be sad. Well, take a look at the body, Wiley. He doesn't understand all of this.
Oh, Chops. Chops, how could this possibly happen? It must have been some sort of experiment that went wrong, huh? What would he want us to do? I know.
The press.
I know. I'll call the press. I think he would have wanted it that way.
Oh, no, look at this.
Mrs. Fetish.
Why were you knocking on my door? What did you get me up here for?
It's a dark day.
What are you talking about?
Your tenant, Dr. Morgus.
What's he doing in there?
I'm afraid he's gone to his reward. He's among the angels now. He died.
He died? Oh, no, he's not dead. This is just a low-down scheming trick to gyp me out of my rent money. That's what it is.
No. I'm afraid he's dead. His friend, Dr. Bottomley, is coming to sign the death certificate.
Oh, he is dead. Oh, this is horrible. How am I ever going to collect my rent money?
Well, as a matter of fact, he let me take care of his private papers, and I thought there was an envelope with your name on it, like a will.
A will?
Yes.
Oh, you know, come to think of it, he was a very kind, sweet man. When you got to know him, he could be very charming.
Follow me. Must be around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Last will and testament. I, Dr. Momus A. Morgus, being of sound mind, spent all of my money and leave nothing to my landlady, Alma Fetish.
Why, that low, down, rotten, conniving cheapskate!
Knowing Mrs. Fetish, she will no doubt immediately turn my laboratory into a paid admittance museum and collect more than I ever owed her.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this madhouse into a museum. I'm going to have tickets printed right now.
No. Look, you don't understand. Look, I'm going to get the press up here. We need people for the service. Think of the publicity and think of the money, huh?
Yes, the money.
So let's turn on the crocodile tears.
Oh, yes.
Oh, there's Dr. Bottomley now.
What a terrible loss to the medical science.
Yes,
he was such a wonderful mind. I brought some of my medical students with me to assist and to pay homage to this genius of a man. Let's see here now. Oh, yes, I'm afraid, yes. He's gone.
I understand you brought the death certificate.
Oh, yes, I did.
Why don't you fill that out, and I'm going to call the press.
All right.
He's writing out my death certificate. We're going to have the press here, and of course, when the press gets here, Chops is going to give me the shot to revive me, and I'm going to rise from the dead on television.
Stay tuned for more from Morgus, the Magnificent.
Well, you look like you had a good night's sleep, Mr. Kessler.
I was so tired when I got to bed, I don't even remember climbing in.
Dad! Who would do a thing like that?
I wonder if anyone was hurt.
Nothing could have hurt my father more.
It's unquestionably the work of a madman.
You all right, Evans?
Yes, sir, Mr. Kessler. Good morning, sir.
Where is the new cook?
Says you're going shopping first thing this morning.
Have you looked in the room?
No, sir. Something wrong, Mr. Kessler?
There's Valise. She didn't leave. I'm not worried about that. When did she tell you she's going to the market?
Last night before she went to bed.
Do you think there's any connection between this and what has happened before?
I don't know.
Have you been through the rest of the house yet?
No, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Kessler.
Oh, Marie. You have no idea how happy I am to see you.
Thank you. I wonder why he was so glad to see me.
Mr. Kessler thought you had been murdered.
Oh, he's so sweet. I'm going to start to make that apple pie. Hurry. Murdered?
I can't imagine who would do a thing like that.
I'll get it.
Good morning, Miss Kessler.
Won't you come in?
Thank you.
That happened last night.
Didn't it fall?
No. Find me the person who did it and you've got your murderer.
Nobody came into this house last night. Ryan and his boys were stationed outside.
Lieutenant. Oh, Lieutenant.
It's Ryan.
Then you didn't hear any noises during the night?
No, but there's funny things going on around here.
Meaning what?
Well, this happened 3 times now. I put food on the sink, left the room. When I come back, it was gone.
No. You ought to hire a detective to watch it.
That's what you get for being such an excellent cook.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, Lieutenant. Yeah? You got something? I don't know. I found this in the picture.
Anybody else know about it?
No, I wanted to speak to you first.
Okay. I'll see if I can match it. Keep the others downstairs.
Why not?
I agree.
Is this yours, Mr. Kessler?
Yes. Why?
I thought I'd seen it on you. Found it in Evans's room.
Well, there's nothing strange about that.
There wouldn't be, Mr. Kessler, but it so happens that a thread from this robe was found embedded in the picture.
Surely you're not trying to accuse Evans.
Oh, it's incredible. You're just trying to make a case.
Well, somebody's been doing these killings. Ryan didn't die of heart failure. Don't forget that.
When did you give Evans that robe, Mr. Kessler?
I don't remember giving it to him at all. But naturally, when my things need mending, he just picks them up.
I don't care how he got it. He had it, and he used it on that picture. I'm going to talk to him.
Just a minute, Lieutenant.
Yeah?
If Evans is the man we want, it strikes me you've got to have more evidence.
Now, everybody wants to be a detective.
Oh, wait a minute. Perhaps Paul has some suggestion.
All right, go ahead. What is it?
Without doubt, the murder is insane. The picture tells us that. I believe we should call in a psychiatrist.
A psychiatrist.
You've still got the robe. But before Evans is accused, I'm definitely in favor of giving him a sanity test. What do you say, Lieutenant?
Okay. Maybe I better take one myself. All we want to know is if the fellow's crazy.
That's very easy to determine. Shall we make the examination here?
If you don't mind, Doctor. Please tell Evans I want to see him and then go up to your room.
Go to my room.
Is it possible, Doctor, for a man to be normal, say, for 2 or 3 months at a time, then go completely insane for an hour or 2?
Yes, quite common.
This should be most interesting.
Now what?
The fuse must have blown.
I light the candles.
The fuse burned out, Miss Virginia.
Oh, thank you. My father wants to see you, Evans. He's in his room.
Yes, miss.
That'll have to do, gentlemen, until the lights are fixed.
I'll be in my room, Evans.
Yes, miss. I'm sorry, Mr. Kessler, but we ran out of fuses. I sent Marie over the store to get some more, sir.
That's all right, Evans. Sit down.
Pardon me, sir.
Well, go ahead, Evans. Sit down. We want to talk to you.
All right, sit down.
Do you want to speak to me, sir?
This gentleman would like to ask you a few questions, Evans.
Yes, sir.
Do you know these men?
Yes, sir.
What's this gentleman's name?
Mr. Kessler. Mr. Charles Kessler, sir.
Would you say that Mr. Kessler is out of his mind?
I don't understand you.
Would you say that he is insane?
No, sir.
Well, young lady, what are you doing here?
You can't take it. You can't take it. It's mine, I tell you.
Okay, sister, it's yours.
Leave me alone. I'm going home. Home to my husband. And my daughter.
Of course you are, and we know where you live, too.
You do?
Sure.
But I'm dead, you understand? I'm dead.
Of course you are. I'll take you where you want to go. Now you just come with me, young lady.
Tell me, Evans, do you think this man is crazy?
Now, don't ask him that, Doc. I'm beginning to have doubts myself.
Please, Lieutenant.
Oh, all right, all right. Am I crazy?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I know that woman. She's wicked. She can't go home.
Yes. Yes, I know. She's bad. Now you come with me. There we are.
Ever see this before?
Yes, sir.
What were you doing with it last night?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
What we found.
Miss Kessler.
I'm dead, Charles. Do you hear me? I'm dead. I'm afraid to come home. You'd kill me. You'd kill anybody.
It's Kessler.
Take her out, quickly.
Get back in there. Close that door.
Now you sit right there, and we'll see that you get home all right. What return? Give me a hand, George. She's dead.
What happened here?
We've got the murderer.
Evans.
No, Mr. Kessler. You.
I knew you'd come back. Nothing can part us now, my darling.
Oh, this is too good to be true. Oh, this is... Oh, I've been waiting for you. The big moment is here. Wiley has the national press here, and they're going to see me rise up out of the casket when Chopsley gives me that shot in the neck. And, of course, oh, Alma Fetish is over there faking it as usual.
Mrs. Fetish, cool it, huh? Sit down, would you? Ladies and gentlemen of the press, folks, I've taken the opportunity to write a little eulogy here that I would like to read on behalf of Dr. Morgus. Aristotle, Einstein, Newton, and Morgus, the scientific pantheon. Here lies a man who was truly ahead of his time. Cities will be named after him. He was a man so dedicated that he left his body to continue his life's work, while even in death, he is contributing to humanity. Because, according to Dr. Bottomley, Dr. Morgus has donated his body and all of his major organs to scientific study.
Wait a minute. I made a deal with Bottomley. Look.
Isn't that right, Dr. Bottomley?
Absolutely. We are going to take those wonderful organs and dissect every single one of them and discover the essence of his genius.
Oh, no. Oh, no, I better get inside the casket.
Now, before we close the casket, let us close our eyes and bow our heads for a moment of silence.
I better hurry. Get ready, Chopsley. Okay, buddy, here I come. Take me. All right, Chopsley, you know what to do. That's my boy, Chopsley. Just a matter of seconds now, friends. What's taking you so long, Chopsley? Chopsley. Chopsley, get on with it.
Hey. Doctor, he's all yours.
Something's wrong. Chopsley, they closed them in. Chopsley, where are you? Hey, what are you doing? What's going on?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm being left behind. Bottomley, you can't go away with my body. Come back here, the deal's off, Bottomley. This is ridiculous. I can't let that fool take my body. Chopsley, you can't stand there and do nothing. Help me. Oh, no, they're going to chop up my body. Wiley, oh, he can't hear me. Tune in again next week at the same time when Morgus, the Magnificent, takes us into the realm of science.